Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to another BoshNRoll video. Today I'm playing Cube at the request of Patreon subscriber Femi. He has challenged me to Cube till I trophy, and he and I actually did a league together last night that we trophied. So we're off to a good start. This series might be one episode or it might be 10, who knows? I'm currently looking at this pack. Library of Alexandria is a extremely low cost, it's just a colorless land in the fail case, addition to a deck, and it's the nuts if it's on turn 1. This is a divisive card in Cube. I'm trying to figure out how to make these cards bigger, by the way, while my draft clock ticks down. We'll get there. I'm a big fan of talismans in the Cube. Library may or may not make the deck, and talisman will be in any deck. I could just snap tendrils and say, like, here we go. This is me. I think that's wrong, though. I'm going to take the library. Oh, here they are. We did it. Okay, you can see the deck now. Treachery's cool. There's a talisman. There's a dual land. Roaming Throne. Oh no, do I have to read a card? Choose a creature type. Is that type? If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers additional time. I don't think that's for me. They changed a lot of cards since the last vintage Cube. I think it's like 160 or something. And they cut Green Dork Ramp quite a bit. Arbor Elf and Draga Tree Speaker out of the Cube. Splinter Twin is just gone. Not a thing you can do anymore. Every supporting piece of that is out, even the Resto Angel. And the Kiki Jiki. Mono Red, they took Sulfuric Vortex and Goblin Guide out, so that deck got pinched a little bit. What do I have going on here? Blightsteel Colossus is one of the baddest cats in the Cube, and Channel and Tinker both put it into play. Taking one of these on spec early does maximize the power of stuff later. I'm not in a Neshoba Brawler kind of game space here. Sheldock Isle is the type of thing that can even put the Blightsteel into play. JVP is super safe. Dual lands are safe. I'm going to take the Blightsteel on spec. Spellseeker in this pack. A blue-white dual land. Embereth Shieldbreaker. Destroying artifacts actually pretty important in Vintage Cube. Upheaval. I've passed on 2 talismans already, and Upheaval is generally benefited from having lots of artifact mana around. If I take blue-white, I start to support the Treachery and whatever else is going on. I think I want this Deserted Beach. Yogwill and Turnabout, with that Tendrils flying around somewhere. Kaito Shizuki. This is a Planeswalker that creates value over time. If I want to be kind of a blue-black or Esper control-y type thing, Xander's Lounge just kicks the door open on what fetch lands do for my deck. I think I actually want the Xander's Lounge. I do want the Kaito, but random objects that draw cards are replaceable. Good mana is not. Wormcoil Engine is a big artifact idiot, big way to spend mana in the Cube. Graveyard Trespasser. Not sure if I want to add another color for something like Graveyard Trespasser. I'm not locked into anything that happens this early in the draft. For me, it's Murktide or Wormcoil here. I'll take the Wormcoil. Daze Saheeli. Ooh, Saheeli. She's good in any sort of velocity spell deck. She's also good in Is It Artifacts, which I'm kind of flirting with. Sai also good in Is It Artifacts, but less good in generic cast some spells decks. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature artifact. If you do, make a 4/1 black skeleton that's tapped and attacking. Alright, I mean, that's pretty aggressive. I don't think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take Saheeli. Mind's Desire, Recurring Nightmare. Oh, baby. Spelunking. I don't think I'm playing that. This replaced Regrowth in the Cube, so the whole Time Walk, Regrowth, Spellseeker to tie it all together stuff doesn't really work anymore. Recurring Nightmare is kind of nasty with Wormcoil Engine, because it gives you a second creature to sack to bring back the engine. I'm going to take this Mind's Desire on spec. If that Tendrils wheels, I might have something cooking. And it'll be in this pack right now, if we're getting it. Heyo. Well, here's Tendrils. This is a little different. Like, the Desire Tendril stuff is very different than the Wormcoil Blightsteel stuff, but Treachery is a free spell, air quotes free. Saheeli does benefit you from casting lots of spells in a single turn, or just a lot of spells in general. Sucks to send the Lotus Petal, but if Lotus Petal and Tendrils both wield, I think this pod is not going to fight me on Storm. Unfortunately, Yogg-Will is strong enough that it probably just got taken for some value engine in someone's deck before it's going to get back to me, like third to last in the pack or whatever. Crucible of Worlds has some words on it, I guess. Synthesizer is a high-velocity artifact. I have Xander's Lounge touching red, Saheeli touching red at the moment. Flametongue Kavu can just kill some shit. Do I want this Synthesizer? Do I want to support that? I'm going to take Flametongue Kavu just in case we land back into a control build. Kappa Cannoneer bridges the gap pretty well between artifact shenanigans and big blue nonsense. I think it's Massacre Girl for me among these options. Just a sweeper if I do end up in control. Ooh, Turnabout and Yogg-Will both came back. I'll take the Will. Pyrokinesis is a free spell. Probably not playing it, but I mean, I have Flametongue Kavu now. Alright, so I have this little Storm something cooking over here. Unlikely to play this Valakut. Pyrokinesis could come together. I think Massacre Girl will probably be a sideboard card. Okay, what do we got here? Thassa's Oracle in the pile. Unctus Grand Meta. I have to read a card right now. Other blue creatures have whenever this creature goes tap, draw a card, discard a card. Other artifact creatures you control goes +1. It's Phyrexian blue until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a blue artifact in addition to its other colors. Oof. That's a lot of words. Blood Crypt is in my colors. Dark Ritual is right here. I have a feeling I'll wheel this Thassa's Oracle. Oh, Imperial Seal's here too. Man. So, Blood Crypt is the safest pick here. Imperial Seal is very powerful. I don't think I need the Oracle if I have the Tendrils, so it's Dark Ritual, Blood Crypt, Imperial Seal for me. I'm going to take the Imperial Seal. Just if I find a Tinker or something, just anything to get all these pieces together. That's really tempting, and given the aversion to Storm, like wheeling Yogg-Will, third to last pick, last pack, maybe that I get that Dark Ritual back. I think Mana Drain is the best card in this pack, kind of by a lot. It does the big mana thing. It's also important to me in Cube not to just die to random shit. So being able to interact is nice. Bolas' Citadel. Another Grixis Duel. I don't think I want Emery here. I have to read another card. Flash Flying. When this deals damage to a player, put a chorus counter on it, draw a card, discard a card. If there are 4 more chorus counters on it, you may cast the discarded card without making its mana cost. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's better than Bolas' Citadel. Okay, now that the door is kicked open for a Tinker package or a Storm package, and we'll just see if any of those cards come my way. And I'll do my best to build a functional Grixis deck in case we fail. Grief is very powerful. Duress is very powerful. Blue-black dual land, very powerful. I think I want Grief the most. It can be a free spell when I need a free spell. It's a threat when I need a threat. It's that cheap interaction I was talking about. Make sure you don't die. Subtlety in a similar spot here. I think this is the worst of the pitch elementals, but it is still an on-color pitch elemental. Bloodchief Thirst is a removal spell in my base colors. I'm in for some subtlety. Dig Through Time, Dothy Voidwalker. Zagoth Triome is blue-black. Storm does not appear to be coming together, just artifact mana not forthcoming. Dig Through Time is a big spell. Dothy Voidwalker is passive hate with passive win the game potential. Currently not very good at filling my graveyard. I do have Library in my deck. Alright, I'm going to take the big spell. I feel like this might be a train wreck, or might be the Stone Nuts, and pack 3 is going to really sell me one way or the other. A Mind Twist this late. Coveted Jewel is a big old stormy card. Comes with a lot of risk, of course. Jace Wielder is a win condition and a passive source of card advantage. Inquisition of Kozilek, I do also like that effect. I think I'm going Mind Twist here, because if I get that Dark Ritual back, that's another hit for that. There's Brain Freeze, that's another Storm win con. And I'm not playing any of these other cards. Alright, whatever. Okay, Dark Ritual, are you here? It is, okay. Yep. All right. Storm stuff is happening over here. I'm gonna heavily prioritize any card that makes more mana than it costs for pack 3, or even a card that is a card that makes mana, like Talisman, Signet kind of stuff. My mana is also horrendous right now. I have this Deserted Beach and no white cards. I have Xander's Lounge, which is all my colors. Valky or Virtue. This is a removal spell that has some late game application versus Valky just being some idiot. Blackleaf Cliffs. I don't even know if I am kind of Grixis. I could cut the plain Tunkavu and be 2-color, but that's clearly the pick here. Sunken Ruins the nuts. I thought about that the first time I saw it. Okay. Seems like anything I say out loud just happens next. So I'm going to open Black Lotus or Tinker in the next pack. Just calling it now. Just one, though. Not both. How about I open Black Lotus and I get past Tinker? How's that? Carries have Shattered Sanctum. I guess I'll leave my ability to splash white open in case I open a bomb in pack 3. I think that's better than just having a random aggressive creature in my pile, even though I can cast it with my colors I'm already thinking about. Dothy Voidwalker. Oh, this is a discard spell. And a 1-drop. Alright, sorry Dothy Voidwalker, I do like you, but having interaction in my deck, I value quite a bit. And whatever this card is, I imagine this was last picked because no one bothered to read it. And I will continue that tradition. Frantic Search is a free card. Mox Diamond. So these both require some setup. You need a land for this, and you need... This is card negative, but it does get you cooking on your Storm turn. Oh, that's really tricky. The Vamp Tutor is really good too. I already have an Imperial Seal, and basically it's how do I want to support my Storm engine? Frantic Search is really good with Yogwill as well. I do try to get away with lower land counts in these decks, and Mox Diamond, I've struggled to make this card really work. Though I think I'll wheel the Frantic Search. That's the bet. Alright, that's the tiebreaker. Gitaxian Probe is basically free money here. This Talisman of Curiosity is appealing. It's a non-colored talisman. But first is a free spell. Put it in. Insane with Yogwill. Sensei's Top is an artifact that does stuff and combos with Bolas's Citadel. Nice Whisper for the card advantage. Snuff Out is air quotes free spell. Costs a lot of life. Metamorph's pretty good. I think it's top here though. Miscalculation is also a reasonable pick. Okie dokie, Beseech the Mirror. I don't have a lot to bargain with. Force of Negation is really good on the don't die side. Badlands is an appropriate duel for my deck. Mishra's Workshop really only casts Wormcoil Engine. That's not it. Brainstorm is not bad either. I think I'll wheel the Beseech also. Force of Negation, Brainstorm, Badlands. Okay, I'm once again gonna prioritize a card that helps me not die. Zeator's Proving Ground is 2 of my 3 colors. There's balance. And I did mention white cards. Contagion. I did mention I had some white duels if I draw a really good white card, with like this one. Retrofitter's an artifact. Urtai is good in this blue-black core of mine. Contagion is a free spell, though. If we're trying to build Storm and not die. I feel like it's Urtai here. Or Zeator's Proving Ground. I got a lot going on 4 mana already. I'll take the free spell. Polluted Delta, Preordain. Oh, Polluted Delta is insanely important to what I'm doing, but Preordain would be good too. Yeah, I have one fetchable, perfect Tri-land, which this would double up on. Yeah, I think I have to take this over the Preordain, even though I wish I didn't. But that's what I get for taking my time, picking up mana fixing. Loris is a powerful card. I'm not doing much with it. Astral Dragon's not it for me. Expressive Iteration could be cast. I'm taking Loris. Do you think it's too late for a Black Lotus? That's a joke. It's the end of pack 3. Show and Tell and Baleful Strix. And Troll of Khazad-dûm. And Seething Song. Uh-oh. I think Show and Tell, it's too late for me to make sense out of that. The Strix is very good with Luris. Seething Song, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will not see this pack again. Oh, that Seething Song is so dirty. I'm going to take the Strix. Wow, Vamp Tutor on the wheel? What's going on around here? Alright, so we got Vamp Tutor on the wheel. Is that better than a on-color dual land? And I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I mean, my deck is kind of confused about what it's supposed to be doing. So I think more tutors will help smooth that out a bit. I'm not playing this Blightsteel Colossus. Necromancy, Duretti. And Duretti's a looter in my colors that can also regrow Wormcoil Engine. Yeah, Duretti is the one. Cryptic Command. Delayed Blast Fireball. And that card is cool. Oh, Bergie's here. Alright. Oh, stormy little Bergie here. This deck's a little bit of a mess, but I'm going to try to make it work. Ugh, none of these cards are very good for me. I mean, Putrid Imp is literally castable by my deck, so I guess that wins the tiebreaker. Orcish Lumberjack. I don't want to put this card in my deck. And I'll just put it over here. Outland Liberator is pretty solid. I'm not playing it, but surprised to see it go that late. And Arboreal Grazer. The Blocks Diamond. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. Okay, I have this feeling that my Grixis control deck is much better than my Storm deck, but let's see how I can marry them together. I don't want Putrid Imp. Yeah, I really just whiffed on artifact mana. There were 3 talismans in the draft I could have taken and didn't. 2 of them were too early to know what I was doing, and then one of them was up against something better at the time. Not blessed with a piece of power, of course, but I do have Grief Subtlety, Mana Drain, Force of Negation to help keep up against decks that are busted. If I cut the blatant Storm cards, and Dark Ritual is still good at powering out things before they're supposed to happen. Bolus of Citadel's in my deck. Saheeli can fuel Kappa Cannoneer, kind of. Duretti can loop Wormcoil Engine or put Bolus of Citadel into play from my graveyard. Those are both powerful things to do. Concealing Curtains and Baleful Strix are my only permanents for Luris. These are all spells. Oh, Brain Freeze also in the Storm package. If I end up Grixis control, I'm not trying to Storm. Pyrokinesis Massacre Girl being removal might suddenly be more appealing. And if I'm not trying to Storm, I've just really struggled making Mox Diamond work. Obviously, I understand how powerful this card is in Eternal formats, but in maybe having an overflow for excess lands off library is reasonable to look for. There's currently 24 non-lands. Maybe Kappa is not the payout I'm looking for. I'm not afraid of a Bolus of Citadel, even a fair one, even with 7 and 8 drops in my deck. Whatever, if that card resolves, I'm going to do a lot of cool stuff. Maybe I don't need Imp Seal and Vamp Tutor now that I'm not trying to make anything specific happen. We can cut the worst one. Do I just have a classic 17 land, 23 spell limited deck here? This is not really where I want to be in Vintage Cube. I wish that this Storm stuff had come together just a little better than it did. But I did keep that Grixis controlled background thread running the whole time, and I do have a reasonable presentation of that. With some sideboard options, I can even board into a bad Storm deck if I feel like there's an emergency or opportunity to do that. Okay, this will be my main deck, and then we can figure it out as we go. The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order, only at coalesceapparel.shop. I'm on the draw in the first round with a completely unplayable hand. I'm mulliganing it. I will keep this, and I think I'm going to put one of these islands away. And it sucks I mulliganed. Library on the draw. Get out of here. But library on the draw against mono red. The test is on us. Okay, never mind. Faithless Looting is not a card that burn decks play. At least not good burn decks. Oh, it's Reanimator. We're dead. Ashen Rider and Woodfall Primus. They have a certain vibe about them, that's for sure. I'm going to probe them. That doesn't change the card count in my hand. Duress, Collective Brutality through the Breach Caracas. Oh, their hand sucks. That's good news. Yeah, they don't have a Reanimate, and they don't have a black card to cast the Reanimate, or a black land to cast the Reanimate, even if they draw it. And I'm in the library now. That means I can draw a card, the Busted ability, and play a Swamp. A moment of truth. Did they find a black land? Lion's Eye Diamond. That's bad. I draw for turn. Currently I have 8 cards in my hand, which means I can play a land and pass. I'm going to play a land and pass here. I can Subtlety a creature or planeswalker in an emergency. Next turn, I think I twist them out if they don't get anything going before then. Okay, they just made no plays at all. End of turn, I'm going to draw a card. Oh, I might just cast Bolas the Citadel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do that. They have Collective Brutality, Duress, a bunch of garbage. Okay. Yeah. Dark Ritual. Citadel. Oh yeah, they don't even want to see my deck. They don't even care if I whiff. Okay, we're playing against some sort of 3-color Reanimator, Lion's Eye Diamond, disaster mess. And I don't have anything in my sideboard that would slow the game down other than Pyrokinesis, which does not line up against the things they were showing me. I tend to main deck those cards when I have access to them, and I got Force, Mana Drain, some discard in the main. This is what I'm doing. Speaking of Mana Drain, there it is. We could drain into Twist, or drain into Wormcoil. Just gotta hope to dodge a turn 1 or 2 nonsense. It's my turn 2, which is their turn 3. I'm holding up Drain. They played a Swamp and passed. I'm gonna fetch my Xander's Lounge here and just get everything perfect. Okay, they didn't cast Entomb. That's what I was most worried about happening there. Mox Pearl, lucky. I don't have one of those. Okay, they didn't do anything with all this mana. Okay, now I hope they do cast a 4-drop. Cast a spell, a big one. Alright, well, I'm fine playing Draw Go with them as well, knowing that this Mana Drain is in the grip somewhere. It will eventually clip something powerful, unless they sculpt together a Duress You then go off all at once situation. Okay, I can't play Strix here and hold up Mana Drain. I will chill. I also have Subtlety available now on the pitch cast or the hard cast. 6 mana for my opponent. Please cast a 6-drop. Holy smokes. Not interested. I could just jam Subtlety out there and start attacking. I'm going to hold, though. Oh, there's you again. I could Hymn to Tarok them and still leave up Mana Drain, just hit 2 of their 4 cards. Leave them spinning over there. Though they are Reanimator, and that might actually just enable something. 7 mana now. Okay, I think I'm just going to cast this Subtlety. Let's do something here. Treachery, okay. I could empty their whole hand, or I could leave them with 1 card and hold up Drain. I think I want to leave up the Drain. Maybe I'm a coward. But if they, drain my Twist, Necromancy Corpse Dance Grizzlebrand to the graveyard. Okay, I did enable a reanimation spell, but I also took 2 of them. Faithless Looting, okay. Ashen Rider, Putrid Imp, gone. 1 card left. Oh, baby. Do I even care about this? No, I just Treachery this. Yeah, that resolves. They have 0 cards in their hand. Can I filter Baleful Strix into this? No, because I need blue to cast the Treachery. Alright, fine. I'll take that. And we got the scoop. Okay. Their deck never quite came together, but this is why I didn't try to make the Storm deck, because it would have ended up looking like this, where I don't want to be the one with a half-baked idea. And although my Storm deck didn't come together, I do have a coherent core Grixis control deck that was just fine this match. Let's keep going. If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event. I'm on the draw with my mono discard strat. I am going to keep this. I'm 1 blue or red source away from Saheeli, and I got all these black cards. Mana Vault, yikes. How fast is this going? Okay, I could pitch Contagion to Grief and just make sure I don't die on turn 2. I think that's probably smart. Oh, baby. Look at this freaking hand. Echo of Aeons, Hull Breacher, and Narset, Displacer Kitten. I think I'd take Hull Breacher from among these cards. That's the one they can cast better. Though, the Displacer Kitten they can play next turn, and that makes Mana Vault a lot better. I'm not in a hurry to draw cards. I am going to take the Displacer Kitten. And I'm not taking damage from Hull Breacher because I have a 0/4. I can basically never Mind Twist this opponent unless it's for their whole hand, because they have Breacher and Narset, and if they discard this Echo, that's actually better than it being in play, or in their hand. Drew a land right away. Bummer. They are dropping Narset, that makes sense. I'm not actually pressuring her, and she's card advantage. Sensei's top, boo. A real thing to do with your mana here. Okay, sick. I will be playing this game. Xander's Lounge. Happy to see that. And I got a clock, which is their Mana Vault. Narset activation. If they find a Lion's Eye Diamond, that's really good. Oh, they missed. Love that. That does clear all the Sensei's top cards, though. Would I rather discard them or play Saheeli? I think I want Saheeli going. Because then if I start doing other stuff, I'm building a board presence. The discard would have also let me attack Narset. Well, I know that their hand right now is Echo plus Staff of the Storyteller. Those are not good cards. They would need to come up with a Lion's Eye Diamond or 3 mana some other way to Echo here for me to start being super concerned about my life. They're activating top after they've drawn for the turn. Do they think I won't block? I'm insulted. Oh, do they Fire Ice? That would be so fucked. Oh, Walking Ballista. Okay, okay. I see that. However, I have removal for the Hull Breacher. Okay, Lock Thwain Scorn is the one that I want. I get a 1/1, you lose your Hull Breacher. And I have this thing in the bank. If I ever get 7 mana, I can start reanimating stuff every turn. My next blue source casts Treachery. If I clear the Narset, I actually don't think I mind twisting them, because that refills both our hands. Flipping the top. Uh-oh. Black Lotus. Okay, they can Echo my hand down to 1 new card here. Oh, wheel. All right, they can wheel and Echo. Powerful. All right, this happened 1 turn before I was ready to go with it. Disappointing. They haven't won yet, but they're in a good shape. This Black Lotus is terrifying. Their deck is coherent and powerful in what it's trying to do. Right in the pool for Fable the Mirror Breaker. Now I can't even kill Narset. Bad news, everybody. It's falling apart. It's all falling apart. And Manifold Key. Uh-oh. That makes the Mana Vault better. They do have a Lion's Eye Diamond in their deck. And they appear to be echoing here. And I've already drawn a card, so I lose this Swamp. But they lose their Graveyard and their Echo. But they refill their hand to 7. Yeah, not a good spot. I need a banger draw right now. Hey, this fella's back. I'd like to check your hand. Kappa and Everflowing Chalice. Wow, that actually sucks. I mean, unfortunately, they have Fable. A target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control. Okay. This artifact is now this creature. 3/4 Menace, at least kill the Narset. Okay, I mean, I obviously just got dumpstered, but I am still playing the game. We will certainly see 2 lands get discarded here. Highland Mountain gone. Plains doing something here. Untap their Mana Vault with Key and Displacer Kitten. Okay, am I dead? Am I literally dead right now? Oh, it's not looking good. They can flicker their Mana Vault for mana, or they can flicker their Fable for a bunch more goblins. I'm just going to F6 and see how I'm dead. Urza. I'm so jealous of their deck right now. And now every spell flickers Urza, if they so desire. Lion's Eye Diamond. Flickering Sensei's top. That doesn't even do anything. What? What just happened? Staff of the Storyteller. Everflowing Chalice, we knew about that one. That gets you another construct. Okay, I know their whole hand right now, and I know they're drawing Sensei's top. Not that that's comforting, given the board state right now. I don't have a sweeper. Okay, they sacked their LED, losing these lands to draw the top and replay it now off of Staff of the Storyteller, which also gives you another flicker targeting Staff of the Storyteller. All right. I don't agree with that. Oh, I guess you get to keep drawing. Sure. All right, maybe I do agree. That's cool. It untaps it so you can draw again, though it did remove multiple counters on it to get 1 new counter. But they're going off here. They still have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, 5 mana available if they need to keep going. Okay, I'm good. I'm dead. Okie dokie. I actually think Massacre Girl and Pyrokinesis are reasonable here. Like, Massacre Girl, if she was castable, would have actually stabilized that board last turn, or last game. She's pretty expensive, unfortunately. Pyrokinesis can light up Hull Breachers and Urzas. I don't have a lot of red cards to pitch to it. Literally 4. Right, instead of adding Pyrokinesis, I'm going to cut Bergie and add Massacre Girl. And this is a way I can catch up on a board that's run away from me. If Pyrokinesis was Fury, I think it would, I mean, it would be in the main deck, much less boarded in here, but this doesn't hit Planeswalkers, and that Narset that they had was a tough beat. Okay, I can once again grief them on turn 1, and they've showed me Black Lotus in their deck, so I am inclined to do that. Echo, Fable, Key. Take the Fable every single time. Their hand is currently very bad, but we've seen Lion's Eye Diamond, Black Lotus, fast mana going nuts. That could change. Force a Negation puts a cap on the worst things that could happen to me here. The old turn 3 Library of Alexandria after casting spells, including a pitch spell. Not really where I want to be with that card, but we saw it go off in round 1. Happy to showcase both modes of this one. Saheeli that cannot be cast with what I have. And if this game drags out, this library is 3 turns away from doing something. I don't know. Could be Copium, could be legit. Ragavan. Well, I'll be killing that. Oh wait, is this a sorcery? Wow, I'm not killing that. Son of a biscuit. Okay, well, I learned what this card does today. They exiled a mountain. Okay, Baleful Strix, you're done attacking. Sensei's Top. That's a card I have. Remember that? I mostly didn't, honestly. A Duretti Bolas Citadel Swamp. And Swamp is the one here. Oh, they have a Kappa. Oof. Oh, they have to put artifacts into play for Strix to not just beat that. Oh, I can play my own Kappa. That's better. Haha! I can take 5 from their Kappa, but what I don't want is for them to dash Ragavan and Baleful Strix has to carry the torch against both of them. They can't just cast Echo of Eons if they're so inclined at this point. Displacer Kitten, well, can't interact with that. Ragavan, okay. They didn't want to trade, okay. I didn't want to trade either, so I'm glad they didn't attack. Okay, Lochthwain Scorn is going to hit the Displacer Kitten, I hope. If they have any instant, the Kitten is safe. I know one of the 2 cards in their hand. Alright, that's gone. One less thing to worry about. And my board is currently stable. Sensei's Divining Top is an artifact I can cast every turn if I get into a spot where I think flipping my, like ticking my Kappa up one step at a time is how I want to be. They can make Ragavan unblockable with Manifold Key as well, which appears to be happening. Right. My current top card is Bolas' Citadel. They would have 2 black off of treasures. I think I'm supposed to spin my top and decide how bad I want to get wrecked here. Bolas' Citadel is the best card for me to let them have right now. Let's hope they can't come up with a black source real quick. This will also trigger their Kappa. That also clears a card from the top of my deck, so top might be able to find something better. I'd love a land. Hey, I found a land. Okay. What do I do with this now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I want Massacre Girl on top of the deck. I'm about to draw with Sensei's Top. Oh, please don't Hull Breacher me. Okay, we got away with that. And then I get to play Saheeli and Sensei's Top, which triggers my Kappa, and I'm just going to race from here. I can make artifacts pre-combat. Theirs happened post-combat. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, the only thing I can do is spin. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only thing I can do here is try to spin into a blue card and force this. Then they have Echo of Eons that they can cast, but then they're tapped out. I am going to look with top. Okay, no love there. And I spewed off a Vamp Tutor. It's fine. A handful of cards. Hope they can't kill me. Shit. 9 damage, 10 damage. And they can still echo this turn. Rainstorm. This does put me back into the library, but I suspect this game will end faster than I can really leverage that. Hull Breacher. Damn it! Yeah, I'm literally dead. Because they Echo of Eons, the thing gets plus 15, plus 15. Yep, you got me. Their deck is so much better than mine, it's not even close. They have a real Vintage Cube deck. I just have some cards that didn't quite come together. And we've seen the full spectrum already. My opponent last round with their kind of half-baked reanimator deck that never presented a threat, I was able to just slow and steady over the top of them, where this opponent can slow and steady, and they also have insane combos in a hyper-coherent, well-drafted, well-supported strategy. On to the final round. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. You can also find Jeremy co-hosting episodes 106 and 109 of the Tech Talk series with Keith Shaw on the Tech Talk YouTube channel. Head over to Tech Talk and don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube channel for every episode of Dev Better. On the draw, in the last round, I will keep this hand with Sensei's Top and a fetch land. It's a little slow, but we do what we can. Fetching Island here and trying to support this mana drain is really tempting. I thought my play was all lined up and ready to go with the Blackleaf Cliffs, but that did move things a little. Polluted Delta, Restless Vents, 2/3 black and red insect creature. When it attacks, you may discard and draw. Bulky can take my Luris. I hate that. Dig Through Time. And my opponent knows I can't cast any spells in my hand right now. If they play Black Lotus, transform their Valky into Luris, and replay Black Lotus, I'm going to lose my mind. Right, Valky is becoming Luris. Those are the words on Valky. Okay, can I find my removal spell? Grief Library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I draw for turn 6. I flip top 7. I play the library 6. Okay, we're not there. I did find a blue land, though. If they just start firing up their creature lands and attacking me for 5 a turn and looting, they'll actually take over this game pretty quick. I can cast Grief next turn, though, and see what they got going on. Took my damage. They're not casting a spell into drain. Mind Twist. Is that even good, though, with them having a Luris in play? I want to Grief them and see what they're cooking with, and I have to put something in front of this Luris before it just coast-to-coasts me. Ophiomancer, Pyrokinesis, Recurring Nightmare. I think it's the Nightmare, because this is a whole thing just ready to go, and they'd have to draw a red card to Kinesis me this turn, and that's a 2-for-1 if they take that play. Probably worth firing in on if they have access to it, but if I can get this mana drain under the Pyrokinesis, then they can just never cast it. Mountain, they're doing something. They're just activating the thing. Nope, okay, Ophiomancer. We know about that one. And there's my Mind Twist. They can poke with a Death Touch creature. I have Library on top of my deck, which means I can Duretti or Mind Twist next turn, leaving up the drain. Yep, attacking creature with Menace. Discarded an Oliphant. They got a little reanimation theme going here. Topping the end step, I'm seeing 2 new cards here. One of them is Bolas's Citadel. At 10. It's not a lot. But discard 2 cards, draw that many cards. I can put the Bolas's Citadel directly into my graveyard, where Duretti can use it best. Draw for turn. Duretti. Flip my top. Discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. Discard the Citadel, and probably the Mind Twist at this point. It's just not helpful. I'm slightly too far behind that casting spells is even important. Firing up the vents. Do they want Duretti or do they want my face? They're on the hunt. They appear to be going face with everything. Any 2-drop they discard can just be refired with Luris. I'll trade with the Ophiomancer. I think that actually should have attacked last turn. Now I don't care about this Pyrokinesis that we've been playing around for so long. That's 7. I can flip Bolas's Citadel into play right now. Or I could unlock my Luris with this big ol' FTK. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Flame Tongue Kavu the Luris and get that back. Replay top, hold up drain, have a Planeswalker in play. Now I regret losing that Mind Twist, but I haven't. If I didn't discard more, then I might not be at the... Oh, I can actually discard the top and replay it with Luris next turn. That's an opportunity to find an actual card right now. Okay. I don't regret that decision. Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, this gets the mana drain either way, so I'm going to just mana drain the Thoughtseize. They could have sculpted something messed up by this point. Still know about the pyrokinesis. And they're continuing to pressure with the creature land. And, oh no, what is this? Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature, gains trample. When you discard one or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You play that card until your next end step. Okay. Well, this creature land is getting large. It's actually a 2-turn clock now, just on its own. And they can flip some cards with this Inti, but they have to be free until your next end step. Yeah, that's like now. Time Walk in your deck. Lucky you. There goes the pyrokinesis. Flipped a swamp. I think I block and try to... Do I need to double block with my lifelink creature next turn to just even be alive? Alright, I'm going to block the thing I can't block. I'm at 4. Bolas' Citadel not looking too hot. I get drain mana right now. Okay, I don't think I will be reanimating Bolas' Citadel this game. I'm going to loot away these 2 lands and see if I can come up with something good. And Saheeli plays. Saheeli, get in. Oh, wait. Hold up. I can use all red mana for this and keep my dig through time around. Slow down, play right. Now I can block a menace creature. Luris. Sensei's Top from the graveyard. Gitaxian Probe you, paying the gold price of mana. Glorybringer's in their hand. Jesus. Alright. Fine. Alright. I thought I found a line there. Okay. Pyrokinesis is great here. Yeah, it just took me like 1 turn too late to stabilize against that Luris. Because if I was just at 3 more life, then Glorybringer is good, but not game ending, and then we play on. Massacre Girl looks pretty good. Contagion's good too. This Bergie once again coming up a little short. Maybe Bolas' Citadel is not reliable enough if this deck can apply pressure like this. Okay. I will keep this hand. I'm not going to turn 1 Grief this deck. This feels like a Grixis, mid-range Grixis control kind of mirror where casting Grief as a 2-for-1 is much better than pitching it as a 1-for-2. I could have represented Mana Drain here, which they do know about, by playing Island. Stick a Saheeli while the getting's good. Can't do anything with it right away. But there she is. Do they have Bowmaster? Bitter Triumph. Okay. Sure. Pay 3 life to destroy that. That was straight up 1-for-1. Saheeli didn't do anything in her time on this earth. Well, 3 mana Lightning Bolt. Okay. Grief, get in there. Start collecting 2-for-1s. Alright. Still a 2-for-1. That is the other one. Alright. You have land and Snuff out in your hand. That's fine. I'm taking the Fiery Confluence. It is a better sweeper with more text against my deck. Oh, they drew a spell immediately. Graveyard Trespasser. Okay. Cool. That has Ward, discard a card. I can destroy it, but it's going to hurt. I could hold back the land, use that for the ward. I think I discard Pyrokinesis here. Like I can twist them next turn. Do I want to twist them now? And I can put them down to Snuff Out or Mountain, and then that's more stuff in my graveyard for dig. I feel like they'll just cast any good spell they draw, so I'll just take the Snuff Out and Mountain now. They're down to a Mountain, and Virtue of Persistence is my endgame here. I have exactly enough to dig through time next turn. They played their Mountain, and it will become nighttime, for if that matters in the future. Mana Drain, insane draw here. If I can drain a spell from their basically empty hand and then use that mana to play Virtue of Persistence, give it to me. Play a 6-drop, play a 6-drop. A 2-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all I need. Bloop. Give me that drain mana. Okay, every upkeep I get a creature now. The emergency time walk. Yeah, that's fine. And a Pluto Delta. Sweet. I would like that Graveyard Trespasser, please. Fetching in response. This does come back on nighttime mode because that's how night and day work. I'm going to eat Time Walk and Bitter Triumph. FTK. Okay. I should probably dig now. A Force of Negation and the land to cast it is the coward's play. Subtlety Force of Negation covers a lot of bases, and I'm good forever if I untap. Yeah, I'm going to do that. The Duretti's tempting, but I think we're good here. 6 mana in the pool. Oliphant. This is a 6/4 creature. You know what kills that right dead? Flame Tongue Kavu, a perfectly reasonable magic card that exists and was once legal in standard. Boop. That's my Oliphant comrade. Attack, exile, fire, confluence, and burst lightning. I can hardcast force or pitch the subtlety if I need to do either of those things. Okay, what does this do, and do I care? I think the answer is no. Like, they can exert this to kill one of these two creatures, and then they come right back. This one has ward discard a card, and they have no cards. It's just a 4/4 flying. It's actually worse for them if they kill Flame Tongue Kavu than if they do nothing. Yeah, they're just leaving it back. I'll fetch an island in the end step. I get back Oliphant this turn. Just gonna attack with everything. If they want to block the Ember's Shield Breaker, I don't care. It'll be back. Push the damage. Make them dead. Okay. They seem to be in a lot of trouble right now. And I can counter a creature, planeswalker, or non-creature spell. Sweet. That went well. Let's do that again. I think this is the deck that I would like to present for Game 3 as well. Library on the draw alert. Okay, let's hope they don't run me over. Snapkeep, though. Oh, are they going to Thoughtseize me and take me out of the library like a chump? Oh, Valder and Epicure. Okay. I care way less about that than I do about a Thoughtseize. 2 pitch spells with library to keep my hand flush. Ooh, this jerk. Okay. Whenever you attack, this is the discard thing. When you do, put a +1 counter on target creature. Okay. I can Contagion this if I care. I can let them do the loot and the flip. I'm pretty sure the when you do is a separate trigger. I can let them get that far. Okay. I'm going to draw with library. Oh, that's so much better. This is just modern scam. Elevated. Bloop. You have no cards and I'm still in the library. Draw a card and play my Xander's Lounge. Pass. That was messed up. Good sideboard check. Graveyard Trespasser. Okay. I wonder if they'll start eating their own creatures so I can't take them later. They are, in fact, doing that. Draw for turn. Baleful Strix. That goes off with Luris. Play my land. Play my Strix. This keeps me in the library. Vile Smasher. Sweet. That card rules. The first spell they cast each turn, I take damage equal to its mana value. Or one of my Planeswalkers. You can't attack into a Strix. It's just literally illegal. Mind Twist. I already have a Mind Twist in my hand that's also a 3/2. Fine, I'll leave the library. Ooh, Pyrokinesis, I'll take that. Okay, I'm holding the fort. Vile Smasher could go over the top here and start doming me out. I can just rat the board next turn with Massacre Girl. And then the turn after that, play the Strix with the Luris. They have not actually played a card this turn, but it doesn't matter because Massacre Girl still sweeps this. Okay, show me your 1-card hand. It's a swamp. Alright. If I attack with Grief, can this go wrong? I don't think so, because I'm wrathing the board anyway. If they double block, then the Glutton has damage on it, and it dies to Massacre Girl, and I have the perfect 1, 2, 3, 4 chain up with the girl. Okay, they are taking their block. Nope, they forgot about Menace. All right, do they want the block? No, alright, just 4 free damage. Girl! Enjoy this massacre. They're all dead. And I am still in the library on my turn. Yeah, they gave up. I would too. Here is the deck we played. 2-1 finish. Got smeared by a real Vintage Cube deck, and we beat a combo deck that didn't quite get there, and a deck that was kind of like ours. I feel like it was probably a similar thing. They had a Time Walk, but they were a little more on the Rakdos attacking. I was a little more on the blue control the game side. As far as reviewing the draft here, I don't remember all the picks. If you really care, you can go back and look at them, but I do have Brain Freeze, Mind's Desire, Tendrils of Agony, Yogg-Will in my sideboard. And if those were just generic, like, I know I passed a Brainstorm and a Preordain. Were either of them over those cards, or did I take another card? I honestly don't remember, but this deck could have been a few clicks better as the Grixis Artifacts deck I ended up in. It's barely even Artifacts deck, just Grixis mid-range stuff. This deck could have been better, but I also could have, like, opened Black Lotus and just been an insane Storm deck.
I think keeping open to the possibility, because Storm was open, nobody else wanted it, but they did all want the necessary zero cost artifacts to enable the archetype. I caught the Freeze, Will, Tendrils, and Dark Ritual all on the wheel. The archetype was open, but the core vintage cube pieces that the deck wants were, as they always are, desired by other people. And I think a really good lesson here is that taking this Mind's Desire didn't mean I'm a Storm deck. Taking this Tendrils on the wheel didn't mean I'm a Storm deck. I still kept this Grixis Control backup plan available, and it ended up being the deck, and it ended up being like pretty reasonable, actually. You don't have to get married to your first pick. You don't have to get married to the game mechanics that are printed on a cool card you get. You can land wherever you want. And this one was medium. There will be another cube draft coming on the channel, at least 2 in this series. Femi, thank you for sponsoring this. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.